What is going on, guys? We are back with another video in the drift garage working on the 240. I've made quite a bit of progress on this engine bay, trying to get it ready for paint so then we can drop the 1J in it. But you can see yesterday I started stitch welding, not stitch welding, freaking I'm getting it ready to stitch weld. That's what I'm doing today. My welder has been acting a little bit weird when I did the stitch welding on some of the rest of the interior of the car. So I think the problem was the wire. I think having flux core wire with argon gas was like a little bit weird. So picked up this just normal 030 wire for MIG welding and some new tips. All this is pretty much ready to go to be stitch welded. Gonna do that, and I got some new car parts that came in today, so I'll show you guys that as well. So I just ordered a bunch of parts from Injuku, mainly all centered around just like parts for the 1J. So I think parts are just gonna be kind of sprinkling in like every few days. I'm not even sure, I hadn't even opened these boxes, but this one, I'm not sure. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I think it's either the radiator or the shroud, but it said the radiator was back ordered for like 6 weeks. Yep, it's the fans with the shroud. Sweet. So I don't need this shroud for at least another few weeks until the motor's in there. So I'm just gonna leave it in the bubble wrap for right now, just to protect it while it's chilling out. But yeah, pretty nice looking shroud. Can't really tell too much through the bubble wrap. This is hoses, which look really sick. I got these in black. Welding 255 fuel pump. This is for the fuel pump. This, I'm assuming, is a fuel pressure regulator. Let's see. Yep, that's what this is. Oh man, look at that bad boy. Nice little, just universal ISR fuel pressure regulator. Looks really sick. So I somehow managed to get this giant welding rig with the tank of gas and the TIG welder and then the MIG welder on top. This huge, I mean, it's super heavy rig over this little hump right there. So I didn't feel like backing my car out or pushing my car out and then pushing it back in to have the front of the car out there, because I still need the front of the car to be over here for a lot of stuff too, and that would have been kind of just as big of an ordeal to push the car out, because it you know, doesn't really have too good of brakes, and I'm a one-man show and there's kind of a little bit of a hill right there, so it's kind of hard. But anyways, we made do. I gotta cut out the last little bit of this battery tray and then fill in all these holes with the welder. But yeah, I'm gonna finish cutting this out and then I'll get going on the rest of the welding. So I've just been working on this little plate that I fabricated real quick, and I mean, what? I mean, dude, look at that action. Is that some fab skills or what? Like, y'all, like, let me know in the comments, like, that shit's pretty tight, like, Hopefully this new, nicer wire that's like not flux core and everything else works a lot better than this stupid Harbor Freight wire. So yeah, I'm excited to get going on this and start welding on this car. So I've just been welding and grinding away at this car for a little bit now. I got this little piece that I'm gonna put in here. I got it all grinded down and mocked up, ready to go. I'm just gonna put a clamp on it or something real quick and then get to welding it. The stitch welding came out really sick for the most part. I know some of the welds are really bad, some of them not so much, but I did these two seams on both frame rails, and then both the shock towers, and I don't even know what you call that seam back there, and then that and this. So I got this plate in now, and it's kind of hard to weld because some of the spots were a little bit taller up and everything. Plus I'm still not 100% sure if I got the settings right on my machine, or if I just can't weld at all, but I don't feel like it's that, because I took a welding class in high school and I used to feel like I could weld like a hell of a lot better than I can weld now. So I feel like the stitch welding spots aren't nearly as bad as some of the spots on there. Maybe I'm just tired, maybe I just suck. I know I'm gonna hear in the comments how much I suck with my welds, so whatever. I'd rather have a stitch welded car that in some spots kind of looks shitty than not stitch welded at all. So it's been a pretty long day. It's about 7 o'clock now, and I put in a lot of work on this car just now, and I'm happy where it's at. And I guess this is gonna do it for this video. If you like the video, make sure you drop a big like down below, and if you really like it, hit that subscribe button for more. If you want to tell me how bad my welds are in the comments, go for it. If you want to be nice and you know a lot about welding and you can tell, oh, it's like obvious something something something, then tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.